Let's answer this question before we get out of here to try to help somebody out. So David6690 says, I have 10K and I want to put in, but I don't know which hex to put it in, and I don't want to split it. Well, well, wait a minute. First off, we don't give financial advice here. So, I mean, if you were a good boy, David, you would buy the Vanguard Bond Fund. And but let's do this. We won't tell David what to do with his 10K. You could run a 10K. That'll help your heart and your health. But let's say what we would do if we were like looking at the PulseChain ecosystem. Now, he's fixated on hex. But I mean, I'll just say this. If this were me and I wanted the main umbrella I'd be looking at is like the Richard Hart ecosystem, I would just want to split this evenly among Pulse, PulseX. I would do both hexes and absolutely prove X. So that's what I would want to do. I would want to split it just evenly. If I had, this is assuming no allocation to like any of the tokens yet, I would split it evenly amongst all of them. I personally maybe even skew it more to prove X and less to the hexes or something. But I don't think there's any horribly wrong way to do this. I think just splitting it evenly among all those is maybe the best thing to do, because we don't know what's going to go up when. Everybody's going to tell you, no, I'm an idiot, you got to do this instead. This is one that's going to go up. That usually never wins. But yeah, what would you do, Ewok?
What would I do? I would probably take half of it and split it between the two hexes, and then I would take the other half and split it amongst the other 3 or 4 tokens. I don't know that I would buy incentive. Probably not.
I agree. Yeah.
Again, not financial advice, DGen Moonboy. But yeah, I would probably, try and equally allocate into some of those, the other 3, the ProveX, the Pulse, and PulseX, because you're always going to want to have the gas token, if you are just looking to invest in the Richard Hart ecosystem, but that's how I would do it anyway.
Yeah, I would take my 10K, I would divide it by 4 to be clear. I do 2,500 Pulse, 2,500 PulseX, 2,500 split between the hexes, and do 1,250 each, and then 2,500 ProveX. That's what I would do. But David, you can do whatever you want. That's how I would look at it. Ewok looks at it a little bit differently. If it were Ewok, he'd say put the whole 10K into E-Hex and then stake it for 55
years.
Yeah. But yeah, no problem, David. Hopefully that does help. But if it goes down 99%, don't blame us, because we've had that happen before as well. So
yeah. We're all down. We're all down that much. So yeah.
Right.
I mean,
yeah. Well, if David's even asking this question, he has a pretty high risk appetite and probably already has some crypto, I imagine. So yeah, but good stuff. All right. Well, hey, awesome chat tonight. Good to see all of you guys in the chat. It's good to see Bitcoin back up over 80K. We'll see if this continues and if the bears will get trapped, or if they will be right like they have been for seemingly an eternity. And, Bitcoin just goes to 35K here in 6 months. But yeah. I don't think either of us think that's going to happen. Even if we do go down, to 60 or slightly below there again, I think the horrible doom and gloom calls are probably not going to happen. So any final thoughts from you tonight, Ewok?
Yeah, just a shout out to all you guys. I mean, there's 80 people here watching, whether it's between YouTube and X. Thank you again for coming every week and, making this thing go. We couldn't obviously do it without you all if you weren't here. So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah. Yep. And same for me. Yeah. We appreciate all of you being here every single week. It's awesome to have the chat, especially as we get to this point where crypto topics seem to be fewer and further between, so it's not what's happening in the market now. So to have you guys to commiserate, to add questions like David's just right there. And yeah, again, Pulse Tides, thank you so much. I don't know if you did that on purpose, but thank you so much again for the super chat earlier. So
yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, we should be back next week, same time, same channel, Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for Crypto Ewok, this has been Backstreet Boi Crypto. Backstreet's back all right here on the Creed of Crypto. We'll see you guys.
See ya.